Jharonne, by any measure, Home Depot's numbers were great. If I just laid them out to you and said, here are the numbers, you'd be like, whoa, those are great. Investors, though, clearly expected more. What do you expect from Lowe's?
Well, when we compare the two of them, Home Depot and Lowe's, there's no question that Home Depot is expected to, well, did perform stronger. We expect Home Depot to do much stronger than Lowe's. And this is mainly because we've been saying this over the past year, but like Home Depot is actually facing easier comparisons than Lowe's this time around. Lowe's posted stellar numbers last year. In fact, it posted the strongest same-store sales number on record at 34.2%. So as a result, we're expecting a drop in same-store sales at negative 2.2% this time around. Now, it's important to note that a negative 2.2% usually in normal times does signify that a business is struggling. However, this time around, it just means that business volume is holding up very well compared to the strong gains it did a year ago. So we're expected to Lowe's to see some negative numbers when it comes to year-over-year growth because it was the strongest quarter for Lowe's on history last year. But as long as we see a small single negative digit growth, it means that business volume is holding up well.
I mean, not just Lowe's, Jharonne. Can we compare any big, because we know last year, it was obviously second quarter last year was when everything locked down. The government said, okay, you 5 or 6 stores, you can stay open. Everybody else has to shut down. Is there any way or any reason to actually comp year over year? Or should we really look to 2019? Because second quarter of 2020 was just bonkers, just nuts on so many levels.
And you're completely right, Brian, because there is no comparable year to 2020 whatsoever. So what we do at Refinitiv is we not only look at 2020, but we also look a lot at the pre-pandemic levels to see if consumers if retailers actually outperformed that level. For both Target and Lowe's, who are expected to report today, they're both expected to see numbers that are significantly stronger than the 2019 level. Now, to your point, the least disruptive measure because stores were closed is e-commerce. So as a result, Refinitiv is also looking very carefully at what the e-commerce numbers are that these companies are reporting. For Lowe's and Target, we're expecting to see flat e-commerce, which is actually a good sign. Target last year saw nearly 200% growth in e-commerce comps. So as a result, a flat number this time around will tell us that business volume online, which is huge, is holding up very well.
And the stock's up 86% in a year, and so the expectations, Jharonne, have obviously been brought in. I mean, so you have these huge numbers, the stocks go down, you say, well, what happened? Well, look at the stocks run. I don't want to say back to school because my friends in Illinois and Georgia and Florida, their kids are already back in school. They started early. But for many of us on the East Coast, we still got a week or two left. So how are we looking for either already back to school or prepping for some back to school?
Well, Mark already gave us the first glimpse at the back to school, telling us that it's pretty strong and that consumers' traffic is up for back to school. They also did a great job with inventory levels and they prepped for it, knowing how strong demand is from the consumer right now. And we expect to see the same from Target. In fact, Target is one of the top favorites from analysts polled by Refinitiv in terms of the back to school season. It's also launching for the first time its collaboration with Ulta Beauty for the first time this month in August, which is perfect for just in time for back to school as teenagers go back. Now, the back to school season in itself will not only benefit from late August sales as consumers love to procrastinate, but also from early September sales. Once the students go back to school and they eye what their classmates are wearing, they have a tendency to go back to the malls or go back online and shop for the latest fashion. So we're going to see a pretty healthy back to school season this year.